Tale, okay, watch this video. Okay, watch this video.
A CD between the 10 to 12 band for such a long time, and by answering that also explain your main exchange rate stabilization approach.
So let me first of all correct that impression. There's no band that we commit to. We are not committing to keep a band between 10 or 12 or 10 to whatever. The CD operates endogenously. So currently what we do is a month. So let's say we are in March. Next week, April begins. By Friday, we would have determined how much FX we'll make available by way of auction. And so the banks are informed accordingly. Last month, before, that is end of February, we committed to make available $1 billion. And the banks know about it. So they submit bids. We do it twice a week. We were doing, I guess, about 250 million every Tuesday and Thursdays. So banks submit bids. And these are independent quotations. We have no hand in what level they want to, bid. And based on that, the FX is supplied, to them. Now, that kind of system provides predictability. So you don't have to say, look, I need to pay for this car 2 months' time, 3 months' time. I need FX. So you begin buying dollars from today. So that's what the system used to be like. However, currently, there's the certainty that we will make available some amount to the markets. So you just have to talk to your bank. You submit your documents. You say, I need to pay for this car. These are the documents behind it. And the bank submits the bid, accordingly. Once they are successful, the money is transferred for you. That kind of system brings about stability. And so that is what the difference is. Now, how do we go about it? The FX that accumulates from the small-scale gold trading, we do 3 things with it. 1, we intermediate it. Mm-hmm. And then 2, we use that to stem excessive volatility. Mm-hmm. And so you'll notice that nowadays the cedi doesn't just fly anyhow. We don't peg it. There's no fixed rate, there's no fixed band. But what we don't want to see it, one morning it is 15 to the dollar, next morning it is 12 to the dollar, etc. No. We want it to float in a managed way. And so that is what we do. It's not a fixed rate at all. Banks fix this independently. But let me explain that there are various markets when it comes to the forex exchange issues. There's the interbank FX market. That is actually the wholesale market. That's where the big, FX amounts are dealt in. Then you have the cash market, talking about the Forex Bureau market, talking about my good friends, the Abochis, And then these days, we also have people who are using stable coins. The crypto people, they are all there. Ideally, that segment is supposed to be marginal. They're supposed to be a very small one. But a friend of mine tells me that things have changed. He says the Abochis have taken over the bank's job. So we are studying the system. We want to be able to regulate somehow to control what goes on. So a lot has changed, Ben, I can tell you, in terms of our FX, framework. A lot has also changed in terms of how the entire FX market is regulated. If you remember last year, somewhere along the line, I was saying that remittance inflows must accrue through the interbank market.
Yeah.
Why? Because we noticed that some people were offshoring these. Mm-hmm. Now, the way it works is someone sends you remittances, say $10 from the US. Now, you give your $10 to the gentleman in New York. There's no guarantee that that $10 has entered Ghana's banking industry. So that gentleman can take that money, put it somewhere, but arrange for someone here to give you cedis. When that happens, the $10 will not be available for us to use to fund imports.
That is illegal?
It is. So currently, we are making sure that all such inflows accrue, that they are paid into the nostro accounts of banks, because collectively, that is what is used to fund imports for the country. Now, remittances alone last year the amount is around 7 billion US dollars.
Wow.
So think about 7 billion US dollars staying outside our control. Certainly the cedi will depreciate. So in the past, now I can see that a lot of offshoring was going on.
But not limited to remittances. Export companies were also not retaining their proceeds in the country.
So we are enforcing all those currently. We are monitoring the nostrils of banks. I have the feeling if I can monitor those inflows, the nostrils of banks, make sure that all exporters remit in line with their requirements, make sure that remittance inflows, all that those flows enter our banking system, the cedi will stabilize.
But still on the question of